Hello, my name is Ethan, and welcome back to another episode of Path of Exile Blight League. In this episode, I plan to showcase something you guys just probably haven't seen, haven't thought about, haven't tried. This is some viewer-requested item in the build that was mentioned quite a while ago. Could probably go back in the history and find the exact date, but probably a week or two ago. Someone told me about the boots called the Stampede Assassin's Boots, and the main concept behind it is your move speed is 150% of its base value. So if you look in the defense and you look at move speed, no matter what we do right now, we have 50%. So we can run around, we have 50%. You can use a Quicksilver, and you can try all these other move speed modifier things. It won't matter. 50%. When you Cyclone, 50%. We're fast as hell. Look at the speed of our Cyclone. We have no pots. We're not Quicksilvering. We're not using some onslaught thing. Nothing. Just the 50%. So normally what would happen without the boots, if you don't know. Jesus, man. So without the boots, you have -2. When you Cyclone -31, you would go really slow, right? And with this, we have the ability to go super fast, and it's super OP. The other thing is, we shouldn't be slowed below 50%. And the one thing I found that did actually affect the speed of the boots, though, is the shrine on the map that gives you action speed 50%. Increased the speed at which I was moving by 50%. So that affected me. Therefore, I was wondering and possibly believe that the silver flask, so this gives onslaught, which would give 20% action speed. So in theory, it should be slightly faster than without it. So I use the silver flask as my only movement speed flask, and it should work. I'm not 100% sure about that, but even without it, we still have the 50%. So the biggest reasons for this is you're going to overall be faster than without the boots. And with cycloning, if you're always moving at this speed, it's going to be very, very hard for monsters to hit you. So what happened in delving a lot is I'd get hit, they maim me or do some sort of slowing effect, and then they'd hit me a lot and I die. Where if I get hit and I just zoom away, I feel like I'm going to be a lot stronger. I feel like they're not just going to wail on me and beat me up. I'm going to just zoom past and gone. One hit, unlucky, I'll recover and it'll be great. So I feel like these boots are that much better. What we lost with these boots was about 200 to 300 strength from the increased strength from the Alberon's Warpath. But what we'd gain is so there's a bunch of extra layers to these boots that are more than just the move speed. So the main reason we got them were for move speed and how insane they were that way, right? Now here's all the extra stuff that comes with them because it's relevant. Travel skills have increased cooldown recovery speed. So you see this dash, it's only level 13. Look at the cooldown. And then you wonder, okay, what does it look like when you're cycloning? That looks really good. It looks really good, man. I like that. Dash looks good. With these boots, it seems pretty insane. Okay, that's that. You also get increased stun and block recovery. Some people were asking about stun and block recovery in the build, and now there is some. There you go. Some extra ES on the boot. And now the last thing, you get to anoint an extra passive point on the boot. So this is just temporary, but I have allocated Divine Judgment. Divine Judgment is pretty cheap. It's only black, teal, and sepia. And then I get 5% increased strength because of my Lethal Pride Timeless Jewel. And if you're wondering, does that work? Well, I'll tell you. Watch this. 16, 19. There shouldn't be any strength from the boot unless it's allocating Divine Judgment, right? 16, 19. 15, 69. 50? 50. That's a lot, dude. Yeah, you're doing pretty good. I know I am. That shit's pretty fucking OP. Wonder how good 5% increased strength is in the build. So That's, yeah. Destroyed my... So here's another thing. Because the boots don't gain any effects from Quicksilver, then we gained another flask spot. So what I'll show you is we have our Soul Ripper, we have the defensive physical damage reduction, armor, and physical damage reduction, and then we have the silver flask, because potentially this could work, which is the curse immune. You can switch this in for the curse immune mana flask. That also works. And then my fourth pot now, instead of a Quicksilver, we can slot in the Wise Oak Bismuth flask, and so this should give us 10% damage reduction against all elements, because all of our reses are always capped equally, because we use like all res, purity of elements, and all this AoE res stuff, and skill points on the tree that are AoE reses, like 8% to all res. We have 12% to all res, 3, 5, etc. So for people wondering, because I know this will be helpful for at least one person, just in case for the person who doesn't know, for mapping, if you want to go faster than using these boots, my recommendation would be switching back. So you use the Alberon's Warpath boots, or normal the 35% move speed boots, right? And then I'd also recommend, if you can, I got back my Headhunter. If you can get a Headhunter, it's really good for move speed. As soon as you get a move speed buff, you're good for the rest of the map, basically. And then you would switch back in Quicksilver Flask and your Silver Flask. You could even take off Bleed Immunity and go for the extra move speed on the Flask. I don't know. Up to you. But there's all these options for going back for mapping, just to be that slightly bit faster, because this is really mostly for delving. It's really good in delving. So I want to showcase the character with the boots at a decent delve depth. So we're at 1402, and I'm going to showcase how the boots feel with this much move speed and delving, and how you can't be slowed and stuff, and what it looks like. And then obviously our move speed, our movement skill is up more often, recovers quicker and stuff. Oh, I went the wrong way. It's perfectly fine. So I haven't been delving in a little while, but these boots are amazing. Absolutely amazing. Being able to just keep zooming, even if we get hit and shit, really good, as long as you have our immunity to freeze up. Oh look, we're gone, dude. We got hit. Get the fuck out of there. Go, go, go. Don't look back. That thing fucked me up. Oh my god. That was so much damage, dude. Okay, we're here. Let's start it. Now let's start zooming. Me. You guys ever see me go this fast without using like move speed points and all this shit and needing them up? And then you ever see me slow down? Like, yeah. This shit's crazy, dude. This is a good example for showcasing the build. How fast it truly is. It's insane. It's a bit mind-blowing. Did you see that desync? I was definitely on top of that thing, but it exploded and did no damage because I actually wasn't near it. Because when you're cycloning and delving, basically you're never actually where you think you are unless you do /OOS or whatever. Cycloning is super broken. So yeah, that's the build at 1400 to showcase the boot move speed. Again, just it's so insane. You run that fast and then so insane. Alright, so thanks for watching this episode of Path of Exile Blight League. I hope you learned something new about the Stampede Assassin boot. I wanted to finish off with one more thing. So for the people who don't want to anoint Divine Judgment, what are the other options? What could they anoint? What is going on here? So you can anoint Death Attunement. You can anoint Grave Intentions. It's only 2 Azure, no, not Azure, Violet, and what is that, Sepia or Clear? I can't really tell, it's hard to see. But yeah, you can literally allocate any point you want. Anything you want, some life, you want some armor. You could get this node over here, Heart of Oak. You could get this node, Golem's Blood. You could get this node, Soul of Steel. Really, any of the thing, or like any of the main nodes that we use in the build. You could go this Grave Pack, double black and an Azure, and then you don't tech down here, and you'd go like up around up here instead, and you could do anything you want. This is super powerful. We have 2 anoints in the build. It's super, super cool. It's super powerful. Has a lot of potential. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank my Patreon supporters. Thank you to my Patreon supporters, White Wolf, Tridentix, Steven, and my YouTube members, Garbar, Tridentix, White Wolf, Farkbone, Kerbet, Jun, and Lelouch Lamperoute. Thank you guys for all the support. Means a lot to me, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. And next episode, I have the Beast video ready to go. Bye!